What's going on, Collective Nation? This is Warren.
This is Jay.
Scott.
One.
Hey, we got a lot to talk about. Season's over. We got some free agency talk. We got some talk about this ban. We just got a lot to talk about, fellas. And they still talking dirt on Jalen Hurts' name. But let's get into it.
What's America's bird? Evil.
Fellas. So now we going into the off season. It's low key my favorite part of the season, just because you get to see the deals get made, business decisions get made. So we got to talk about it first. So the whole reason we came on this live is talk about Skip Bayless. How we got him to switch over. He's now officially an Eagle. I don't know if he's trolling or what, but it definitely pissed off a lot of fans, a lot of Cowboys. I think that's pretty crazy, fellas. I just had to throw that out there for y'all. But also, we got our QB going back to work. We got him out there training at his old high school. I think his brother, who's a coach for the high school too, was the one that took the video of him. But just seeing that he's going back to work when a lot of people were done with their season in January, February, and 2 weeks after the Super Bowl, he's already back out there, not trying to rest or anything, just keeping it going. I think that's awesome.
I agree.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. That shows how dedicated he is and how motivated he is, and how much he's trying to get prepared. Yeah, and he's trying to get prepared for this guy, Kevin Patullo, OC. Now, I know we talked about this a little bit, but what are changes that you see, Antoine, that could be coming with him being the new OC on the team?
The more I check in on Patullo, the more I like him. The research that I done on him, at first I didn't really have too much on him, but he been coaching for almost 2 decades now, and that says a lot. And so he been with Nick for almost 10 years now. So what AJ Brown had said earlier in the interview, he had mentioned that some things got to change, and that's true because after a team get filmed, you won the Super Bowl. We ran our way pretty much to the Super Bowl. Jalen finished it out for us. So teams going to be locking in on Saquon. So with Patullo being more of a passing game coordinator, I think that's going to expand the passing game to bring the run-pass ratio from probably 65-30 to, 65-35 to about 55-45. We still going to be a run-heavy team, but I like his ideas. I like his concepts. I like the way he break down routes. He said he's not a yes man, and I like that. So with him not being a yes man, and he can, challenge Nick in different ways like other coordinators tend to do, I think it's a good hire at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's facts. What you think, Jay?
I think him mentioning that he wasn't a yes man's big, because I mentioned that in the group chat, if y'all remember, about a week ago. I was like, I don't want a yes man from inside. So for him to come out and say it just speaks volumes, because he knows what we're thinking. We're thinking about the Brian Johnson experiment, how that didn't go right. We're thinking about all of that. So I think he's been with Nick since I know he's been with Nick since Indy. So I think they have a good rapport with each other. I think they should evolve now into the next level. I don't see the offense changing much, but like Antoine said, I see the shift in percentage changing. I think they're gonna try to pass the ball more.
Yeah. Scott, what's your thoughts on it?
I think it's good. I did some research on him as well, and I was surprised when I saw how many years of experience he had, but that's always huge. I think pretty much, if you think about it, really, he's just getting paid more to do the same job. We talked on it before, but obviously Jeff Stoutland, one of the best O-line coaches, he kind of controls the run game. And with Patullo being a pass game coordinator before, he's pretty much doing the same thing. You just worry about the pass game. He said he has some new stuff. So, if he wants to implement new things to challenge Jalen, challenge the receivers, and kind of elevate our game, then I'm all for it, honestly. So I like the hire. I'm ready to see how it looks, honestly.
Yeah, no, I like it too. I think the fact that we've seen Jalen make those audibles in the middle of the game, and now he's kind of being that center person, that play caller, now that we want him to be, it doesn't make me too worried as I was back with Brian Johnson, because we weren't seeing those play changes back with Brian Johnson. But, we got to go to these comments. These comments are booming right now. So we got Richard saying,
What up, Richard?
Shout out to Richard.
We got Amelia. We got Mike Briggs.
Amelia, the homie.
What's up, Dwayne? We got Scott Sr.
Oh, big shout to OG. Big shout to Scott Sr.
Yeah. He must be talking about the Skip Bayless. Yeah. And Wayne.
Wayne, what up?
What's going on?
Hungry, guys. I want to repeat. Hey, that's the goal. That's the goal. Then we got Dwayne again. I think just a bad move. Brian Johnson was a bad move.
Mixed with the side move at the same time. We had a rookie offensive coordinators at both ends after losing the Super Bowl. That wasn't a smart move.
That wasn't smart.
Yeah.
Wasn't smart.
Brian Johnson, he didn't have any coordinator experience before that. So you throwing him into the fire and having him to try to figure it out. That's not good.
Between a position coach and a coordinator. And Patullo was the associate head coach too, so he held a lot of weight in the building. On top of being a pass coordinator, he held a lot of weight.
No, that's a fact. Antoine, you made up a good point last week. I think the biggest concern that I have would be the game changing, in halftime. If things aren't going right, how is he going to be able to change the pace of everything? Even though you can
adjustments.
What's that?
Halftime adjustments.
Definitely.
So just making those. I think that's my biggest concern. But I think other than that, AJ's not going anywhere. Smitty's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, not just even just halftime adjustments, adjustments.
Mid-game.
Yeah, within the game, within every drive, within every series, how you figuring out what the defense trying to do to you, or you go stick to what you know, or do you got a counter plan for if they do happen to stop this? Do we have something to counter with? So, I mean, it's yet to be seen. Can he put a game plan together and can he adjust off of it? Because we started slow last year, so we'll see what he can do.
The good thing is, though, Kevin Patullo was here for the good and the bad. So I feel like he could take a little bit of everything. He's seen Jalen at his worst. He's seen Jalen at his best. He's seen all these coordinators come and go. So, I mean, he's got no excuses, really, in my opinion. And obviously, we're Philly, so we're going to expect a lot from him, and he definitely knows that with being here.
That's a good point.
That's a good point. He's seen the tides. He's seen the tides up and high and low.
Yeah.
No, that's a fact. That's a real good point. And kind of what Wayne's saying, I don't know. I kind of like the motion plays just because it did throw off the defense with what we were doing.
Right.
So I would want to keep that. And Jalen's getting better at reading before the snap. So I kind of want to keep it because if that's Jalen's bread and butter, then we can't change what he's got.
The other thing about motion plays is that sometimes it helps you read a defense. If you put a tight end in motion to the other side and the defender follows him, it's likely that they're in man. Mm-hmm. So I think it's good because we did no motion last year, bro. The year that we lost to the Bucks, zero motion.
He was at the bottom of the.
He was dead last.
That was disappointing.
In pre-snap motion, we was dead last. That's crazy to be last and have all those hitters on your team and be last in pre-snap motion is crazy.
Crazy.
Hey, everybody's still on their Super Bowl high.
I'm telling you.
I know, right?
It's a good feeling. We got a whole year to just talk our mess too, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why they said that Sunday was going to determine our mental health for the next 6 months. It was real.
For real. Definitely.
That's facts. That's facts. We can talk all we can now. All we had to hear all season. But with Kevin Patullo now being the OC, they now have a new pass game coordinator, Parks Frazier. He was with the Miami Dolphins for a little bit. I don't know too much about him, not that much information, but based off the way the Miami Dolphins played last year, I don't really want to bank on that. But hoping they make some type of change, and it can be a good move. They still don't have a quarterback coach. I'm personally thinking that they might put Frank Wright at quarterback coach. Just a thought, just having somebody like in the chamber waiting in case Patullo does get that opportunity to take on another team. Like Frank Wright can be right there.
My dad mentioned that too. I didn't see anything about that, but the thing about Frank Wright being a quarterback, do you think you're really like, isn't that as a man, like you're stooping low, bro? Like you were just a head coach, and now you're gonna go to not to offensive coordinator, but 2 steps down to a quarterback coach. Like that doesn't happen very often. You got to put your pride aside for that.
Yeah, but I think there's 2 things that go with it. I think when you love the game, but you know your limits to it, I think it's probably a little bit of that. Like maybe like he doesn't want, like maybe he knows there's something he can do to help Jalen out. Like, and then I think Nussmeier was his old quarterback coach, and now he's an OC. So they do have to have the offensive coordinator mentality and just help him kind of read the defense. So it could be a good thing. I feel like I'm talking Frank Wright up a lot. I think it's because we got the Super Bowl with him. Yeah, it's because we got that Super Bowl with him. But I like the way he used Carson Wentz. So I think going based off that, I think it can be a good opportunity.
Yeah, but I don't think the quarterback coach is as important now.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
it's not.
How many quarterback coaches like do you know by first name?
That's
name
true.
Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, and we only know it because we fans, so that makes sense. Yeah, we'll definitely
think that position that important.
Yeah, just throwing this out there. I saw this. I watched the Bears' whole like coaching staff. It's stacked. The Bears coaching staff is stacked. Like they got Eric Bieniemy at running back coach. So like I thought that was crazy.
Damn.
But yeah, so
that is wild.
Well, I thought he was gonna do the college thing.
I thought he was too, but apparently I don't know if they offer more money, but it has him as a running back coach for the Bears.
Oh, wow.
So
that's crazy.
It's gonna be an interesting season for the Bears. So
I mean, you still need the roster no matter how many coaches you got.
Yeah,
that's true.
We definitely gonna see him. We're gonna see.
That's a good point, Mike. I said the same thing, bro. I said the exact same thing. I was like, if AJ likes an offensive coordinator and he's willing to talk about it this early, it's definitely a good thing, bro. Because it doesn't take a lot to get on AJ's bad side, I feel like.
That AJ did have a good point talking about that. Like he kind of was mentioning kind of how we were, like he just been there for the ups and downs, and he sees the potential in a lot of the running backs and the opportunity that they have. So
yeah, but like Scotty said, he sounded excited about it. Like he sounded like Antoine said, the passing game might shift. So he might be foreshadowing what we're gonna see.
Yeah.
AJ had his career year with him as the passing game coordinator.
Oh,
yeah,
that's facts. Yeah. So going into a little bit of that, we're gonna definitely talk about this upcoming draft, fellas. Like, it's kind of crazy. So right now they got us, of course, 32nd pick. Now, I don't know if y'all gonna be sitting down watching this, but we're gonna be watching this for a very long time. But just looking at this and looking at the team and where they've been, what position do y'all feel like is needed right now? Jay, I'll start off with you, and then we'll go Scott and Antoine. What position you feel like we need right now?
I would say edge rush is the number one need, for sure. But Howie's been saying lately, he drafts for luxury, so he's drafting the best player available. But I feel like they need help on a defensive line of some sort, whether it's inside or outside, because Milton Williams and Josh Sweat, I don't think is coming back.
Yeah. And Brandon Graham leaving too, possibly.
I would go straight. I think defensive line is from all positions. You feel me? I think, you get an interior man or edge rusher, you'll be good.
No, that's good. Do you think maybe giving Bryce Huff that extra year might help?
I don't know, man, because I mean, they were just not playing him at certain points. You got guys like Hunt getting more. Brandon Graham came off a tricep injury, took his snaps. It's just there's something not there. There's something they see that we're not getting. We don't know about, because they're not putting him on the field even when he's healthy. Like he's not performing. So I don't think that a second year in Philly is going to do him good. Some players really just don't do good in Philly, and I believe he's going to fall as one of them.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
That is true. Scott, what you got?
I mean, I definitely think edge rusher is definitely the position we need to go after. It just depends, though. It depends what happens with these trade scenarios. Obviously, if we get Myles Garrett or Max Crosby or one of these guys that everyone's talking about, then I think you would switch that to interior D-line because I do think we're going to be losing Milton Williams as well. So just going off of if no trade for Garrett happens, then it would definitely be edge rusher for me. I think that's a spot that we're definitely going to be weak in next year if we don't get on top of it.
Yeah. Antoine?
Yeah, I'm a second what they said. D-line is definitely a position of need, but I mean, we might get into this later on, but I got an unpopular opinion. I think we bring Milton back and we don't bring Mekhi Becton back. So maybe O-line.
That's a very strong possibility.
I want to know why you think that.
I think they're going
we'll get into it.
We'll sign two guys. They're going to pick two out of everybody.
Yeah, no, that's
could be born in Milton. It could be that.
I would love to keep Milton Williams, honestly.
I would too.
So looking at the edge rushers, this is what we got right now. We all know Abdul Carter is going to get picked up maybe first, second. So that's going to be a tough one. I know he mentioned that he will not be performing at the combine this weekend. So I think that's going to be a tough one. Now, these other players on here, I do not know too much about them. But me personally, I think with what we need to do is if we're doing edge, we definitely need to go on free agency for that. That's just my personal opinion. Myself, I kind of like the defensive tackle position. I know Walter Nolan. I know he was they had a conversation with him at the combine. But I don't know, man. It's tough because at the end of the day, the team is good. It's not like we don't have the players. We're really just trying to fill in for
depth.
What we can, for depth and what we possibly could be losing. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Now, one person, I'm going to keep shouting him out because I do think Barkley does have a lot of tread on his tires, but Cam Scatterboo, I'm telling you, the way, if you get Scatterboo and Will Shipley, I think.
The thing is, though, they're not going to draft a running. I don't think Howie's going to go for a running back that high, especially since they have Shipley and who knows what's going to happen with Gainwell. I think Scatterbo might even go higher than that.
You think so? Well,
I think he'll go early second.
Yeah, running backs are going to get valued up. They're going to pick the best running backs early this draft for sure. After what Saquon and Henry did, and feel me, they're going to pick the best running backs are going to go early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Scatterbo will probably go in the third or the fourth, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If he goes in third or fourth, he might be available for us. Can you fellas see, can y'all see us giving away that pick, that 32nd pick?
I can.
Yeah.
For sure. For a trade?
100%.
Yeah. I can definitely see that happening. Give somebody.
Yeah, my thoughts, sorry to cut you off or whatever.
No, you good.
But my thoughts on that is, I think if Walter Nolan, I think if he fall, we'll probably trade up to probably 20, 25. But if not, if Howie don't see nothing that he like, I believe he'll trade back. And I feel like if he do trade back, we'll get more picks or whatever. And I think in the second round, we'll probably go for Jack Sawyer.
Oh, the dude from Ohio State?
Because
he's a beast.
Howie like champions. Howie like the D-line. He like the trenches. I think that'll be the move for us if we do trade back, if we don't pick with that 32nd pick.
That James Pierce Jr., though, the dude from Tennessee, he's a monster, bro.
He's a dog, too.
He's a monster. He gets off that line so fast, bro.
I think he'll go in the first round.
Yeah, I don't know how he's 10, honestly.
They're going to be available to us.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Warren.
We're getting the last pickings at the end, so that's why it's whatever move we make, we got to make a move kind of like how the Chiefs did last year with Xavier Worthy. Be somebody that can be effective, but it's low when it comes to.
I thought about that too. I thought about when the Chiefs picked Xavier Worthy, and he was obviously effective for them this season. You could find a skill player, but I could see them trading back and getting 2 second-rounders. For that, and really, doing some work. A second and a third. I'm sorry, getting a second and a third for that. I think they could do that.
Yeah.
The other thing is, you never know what can happen, bro. Like, Howie did not think he was going to get Quinyon, and he did not think he was going to get Cooper, and he got both of them.
That's true. Yeah. That is true.
Sometimes teams like go after positions that they don't really need with their first round pick. It happens all the time, bro.
But
I wouldn't be surprised. But what's up, Jay?
I'll say that I agree with you on that, because that was the first draft I ever seen where a cornerback, the first corner, went off all the way at the bottom. You would
That's
think
what I'm saying.
Corner would go off early because he stops the receivers and he's a defensive player who plays a premium position. But to see Quinyon drop to 27, I never would have thought that would have happened. And, and we had a choice to get Arnold too that went to Detroit. We could have got
Terry and Arnold.
We had a choice to get.
I like him.
Corner.
He's tough.
We had a choice and we picked Mitchell. So Scotty's right. Anything could happen in the draft. They could be sitting there and a bunch of skilled players could be sitting there at 32 and they pick one of them up.
That's true.
Yeah. Cooper should have went in the first round too, if we're being honest.
We got Cooper at 40, bro. Imagine.
That's 40.
Cooper had that injury. That's why That's why nobody was picking him up.
Yeah,
that's right. He did get hurt.
Yeah, he had that injury. He's like, fall far enough for us to jump. Yeah.
No, bro, the only way Abdul Carter falls for us is if he blows it. He has to run like no bullshit a grandma at the combine if he wants to come to Philly.
Well, he said he's not playing because he's still injured.
Yeah, nah. I don't think. Yeah,
even it doesn't matter. They're gonna see right through all that. That dude's going top 5. Like, we're not gonna have a Jalen. I hate to keep bringing it up, but the only reason we got Jalen Carter is because the car accident situation. That's the only reason.
I don't want to wish him no luck, but unless he gets a DUI from here to the draft, he's not going anywhere. He's getting picked.
Multiple DUIs.
I think also the longevity
at this point
too.
Ain't nobody
longevity of his injury, because think about it. A lot of these teams that are kind of like the top 10, you got to think about their GMs. This is probably like end of the line if they don't get it right. So if Abdul Carter's like, I might be injured, I might be out for the whole season coming up, like, that might be a loss.
A team will still take a flag on him. Trust me, a team will still take
100%. 100%. And the thing, it's only a matter, bro, listen to this right here, right? When I'm going to say this, and we're going to clip this, and we're going to remember this. It's not a matter of if Abdul Carter will be an Eagle. It's a matter of when. At some point in his career, he will be wearing an Eagles jersey.
I mean, he's wearing an Eagles hoodie during our run and stuff.
That's exactly why I'm saying that. He puts on Eagles. He was with Jalen Carter holding up the trophy. Like, come on, man. He's gonna be an Eagle one day.
I feel like we got to if we can make some move to where we don't worry about Garrett and we can pick him up, I'd personally be happy. Like,
I want that more, honestly.
Yeah.
That's probably a hot take too, but I would take Abdul Carter over Myles Garrett.
Because what if you get something involving Garrett that involves a 32nd pick? You're gonna do it. You're not
even just that. He's also like, in football years, he's getting up there in age, bro. He's still performing at a high level, but Abdul Carter is going to be just as good, maybe better than Myles Garrett. I think personally, it's all about what happens. But I would take the younger star over the guy who's exiting his prime.
And he's cheaper too, so
much cheaper.
Yeah, you probably got a good
more upside.
Yeah. So, and then you get Vic Fangio. Like, think about it. He's going to be all these rookies on defense that went straight to Vic Fangio. That's all they're going to know. Like, their play style, that's all they're going to know going into the league. So that's what
Cooper said all he knows is the Super Bowl. He told that to Ryan Clark. He said on his interview, he said, like, listen, my first year in the NFL, I made it to the Super Bowl the whole way, feel me? Like, that's his standard at this point right now. Think about it.
Amelia was right, too. Like, Howie, bro, at the end of the day, all this we're saying, Howie could do some nut stuff. Like,
I'm telling you.
Never know, bro.
Yo, y'all know what y'all got to watch? Howie's sitting down with Mike Florio and Chris Sims. Oh, man. He sat down with them at the combine, and he they was talking about Big Dom, and he was letting him know Big Dom is not really a fan of y'all. Like, feel me? Like, he don't really mess with y'all. Like, he told Chris Sims in Florida, like, he really don't bang with y'all. So I don't even think he gonna come up to the show no time soon. Like, but Howie was just basically being sarcastic with them and just letting them know, because it's like like all these people, you know, they big him up, and they kept bigging him, saying he's the best GM, and he kept reflecting on everybody else. Like, nah, it's not me. It's who I put here. It's who's next to me. It's the other person down the office. Like, he doesn't want to take all the credit. So I respect Howie a lot, and I really feel like what he's building Philly is really just started.
Nah,
and
for
if
real.
you think about it, not really just started. It's been started. It's just really getting cooking right now.
Yeah.
You can't be great without the greatness of others, bro.
He actually said this at the combine today, talking about his thought process on the players right now, because they know they have a lot of free agents. He's more worried about keeping the younger players at the pace that they're at, and he's more worried about paying the younger players more than the free agents.
Yeah.
So I like that thought process. This was something that somebody told me, and I thought I kind of want to share it with y'all a little bit. But y'all know how when they say Howie Roseman, he gives them more money up front and pays them a lot more on the back end. Mm-hmm. So do y'all know what Jeffrey Lurie's background is in?
It's in acting, or it's in like Hollywood stuff, like media, film.
Yeah, media and film. So what's been a big thing that the NFL's been doing differently right now that they've been making a lot more money off of?
NFL films, or
just the NFL in general, just like going on Amazon Prime, going on Netflix.
Oh, streaming services. Yeah,
all the different streaming services that are paying the NFL, and they're scheduled to make even more money by 2027, 2028. So that back end money will actually be easy by that point.
Yep.
So much cap space. So that also goes with the way that Jeffrey Lurie is thinking about things. And it's good because with his experience, that's crazy, bro. Like,
and by 2029, the cap is going to increase by like, I think 70 or 80 million too. So that's the whole scheme they got, bro. It's a whole plan.
Yeah. I just thought that was kind of cool, and I wanted to share that with y'all, just his thought process on everybody's thinking, why does he have all this money in the back end? Because I think Jalen's supposed to get like 30 or 40 million like by 2027. So everybody's like, how he's going to afford that? He's got it. Like, it's going to come. They just got to wait for it to hit.
Right.
So, but no,
I saw a video on that.
Yeah. But after going into the draft, talking about that, we got a few free agents on our team. And I would hate to lose any of them. I'd rather keep them. But I just want to give y'all a thought process of probably how the GMs and coaches and all these other teams are looking at these players, which shows their true market value on the team. And we can elaborate more on why they're probably marketed that way. But we'll start first off with Zach Bond. That's our biggest agent that we want to keep. Now looking at Zach Bond from 2020, he wasn't that effective when you look at it. So it's only 1 year that he was really.
That's the leverage the Eagles have on him, though. It's like your success comes from being in our building with our coaches, our system. It's not given that you're going to take this to another place, and because your track history proves that this is not who you are.
And maybe he performs better under that scheme as well. So it's like if you performing better under this scheme, you can go to Jacksonville.
It's the position change, though. Off the ball and all and hand in the dirt. It's a completely different. That's really what it was for him. It's just the coaching and the players around him. The Eagles' defense fed off each other. They swarmed together. It's not given that he's going to go to another team and be the same Zach Bond he was in 2024.
Exactly. No, that's facts. Look at TJ Edwards. Look at what he's doing.
Yeah.
But this was what his market value is right now. This is per year. So 9.7, we thought it was going to be a lot more, but this is what they're saying his market value is, all because he's done all that just in 1 year. So it's kind of the thought process that you were saying, Jay. But that number is a lot lower than what we were thinking.
But I still see him in the 10 to 12 range, though.
They're still going to give him more than that.
They're going to give him more than that. They're still going to get 12, I think, at least.
Probably 11 or 12, yeah.
I see him around the 12.
How much do you think Howie would give him?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm saying
like 11 or 12.
He would do 11 or 12. Okay.
Yeah.
What about these other teams? How much that need?
I think they would give him more. Obviously,
they would definitely give him more.
Yeah, they'll give him more, of course. But I don't think that it's beneficial for him in his career moving forward if he wants to, succeed as far as team accolades. But he definitely could fetch like 14, 15 on another team for sure because they would allocate a lot of money to him.
Yeah, no, that's facts.
Yeah, I put him under like the Fred Warner area. Fred Warner make like $20 million a year, but I put him like above like Patrick Queen. I think Patrick Queen make like 15. So I put him like I think somebody will offer him like 17 to 18 million.
Yeah, really? I don't know about that. I don't think he'll get that.
I think
really?
Some team will offer him
17.
But you see the two names you just mentioned, Warner and Patrick Queen. Those are elite linebackers, and he played better than both of them this season.
He did. Yeah.
Those are proven linebackers. They've sustained
he
success.
Did play better than them, but you got to remember Patrick Queen and Fred Warner. They're consistent. Though.
That's what I just said. They're proven.
That's the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. Like Bond, I believe the position change, the coaching, it was a perfect formula for his success. Because once again, the Eagles are going to use that as the leverage in the negotiating room. Like,
if we sign Zach Bond, bro, if we get this man for $9.7 million, how he sold his soul, bro. He definitely did.
Yeah, but you got to look at like this is first year actually performing at that level or performing in any type of way, really. But he did play his way into that money. So if somebody was to offer him that, like he don't owe us to come back at a lesser price.
Nah, he definitely does.
We feel as fans like you in a good situation, you with a good scheme, good coach, good team, you in a perfect situation, but he can always say, so what?
Yeah,
right.
I just don't think. I don't think.
We don't pay their bills, bro. There's bills to pay. Like,
yeah, that's facts.
That's why I say like the market go determine what he worth. We can say you only did it for 1 year. Like as far as Eagles, like we can tell him like you didn't do that till you came here, but he can be like, well, I did that, so I can go somewhere else and get paid. That's if he want to get paid or if he want to, ride this thing.
The thing about it is that he didn't play good. He played very good, almost excellent.
Great.
Like he
amazing,
the best you could play possibly at his position. Like, feel me? And then he got the pick in the Super Bowl. I mean, the price for Zach Bond went up week by week by week by week.
It really did, bro. Like every single week.
Every single week, the price went up to the point where in the Super Bowl is like here's the cherry on the top of the cake. Like
he was never quiet, bro. Like he was the most consistent player we had. And we had a lot of consistent players.
That's scary though, because he actually got better as the season went on. Remember, he's playing a new position. So
this is his first time playing a position, bro.
That's what I said. Why take him out? Why take him out of it? Just keep.
Yeah, I say that 9.7. That was his price at week 7.
Yeah, facts.
18 left. Like
week 7,
18.
they didn't know that much about him.
That was his half mid-season.
I think it should go up too because he did take over for Dean as well. Him performing like that after getting the green dot, like it should have raised his market value up. But yeah, who knows, bro? Like the next person. We got Milton Williams. Man. All right. So Milton, he looks pretty consistent on here. It looks like 2022. He didn't have the best. He didn't have the most snaps on that game, but this is what his market value is, $12 million annually. Now, we all know a lot of teams need him. I know a lot of people were saying the Commanders. I've been hearing the Cowboys. I've been hearing the Jaguars. Like, everybody's trying to get a defensive tackle right now.
I heard the Patriots pressing for him.
Yeah, so it's like he's going to get the biggest bag he can.
He's leaving. I promise you. Like, the only way he's back is, like Antoine suggested earlier, if like another free agent, like let's say Becton, their second target, because he should be third. I don't think Josh Sweat is even affordable. It's either Milton Williams or Becton after Bond. That's what it's going to be. So I would love to keep Milton Williams, but I don't think he's going to stay. But I think he's going to get – there's too many teams involved that want him.
Do you think playing next to Jalen Carter is a huge reason why it's like that, though?
100%.
So
I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. Milton is a great player. Like, he's a great interior defensive lineman. And we've seen it. I mean, he's been consistent, but you put anybody next to Jalen Carter, and he's going to make them look good. Not to say that Milton can't go somewhere else and absolutely ball out, but I mean, you put anybody. That just goes to show the greatness of Jalen Carter. Like
Jalen Carter is great, bro. Like if you watch Jalen Carter throughout the season, he didn't come off the field. Yeah. And so I'm gonna speak the truth right now. So Milton, he a good player. He play good. He work out, crazy work ethic, everything. But he'll have like 3 plays where he's gasping for air, trying to catch his breath. Jalen Carter don't have that problem. So can Milton go somewhere and be able to stay on the field for 95% of the snaps? You're only playing 50% of the snaps, and you playing well. But if you had to tick that up to about 75, 80, 90%, how effective are you going to be?
Another product of the system,
especially with that much money.
Think about and I
yeah,
told
with that much
this,
money, you gotta have a nonstop motor.
I like that. I like that because he's playing limited snaps. You know the Eagles rotate the D line. I'm writing this down so we can talk.
Yeah,
about
they definitely rotate.
They rotate the D line, so no player besides basically Jalen Carter is playing high percentage snaps. At least they're not playing 90% of the snaps.
Right.
But I always say this: Milton Williams and Josh Sweat, I'm okay with them leaving. You know why? Because how many games did they change for us this season? And I told you that. And this is no disrespect or no slouch on them, because it's a collective agreement. But guys like Jalen Carter changed games. Guys like Zach Bond changed games. You understand? Whole games they changed. You understand? So I'm okay with letting both of them walk and trusting Howie throughout the draft again or free agency.
2 sacks in a Super Bowl, 1 including a strip sack. That is crazy.
Yeah, it was his big. He saved his best for last, but it was also a game where they were
his best for last. Yeah. No, that's
see. I have more of a problem with Josh.
Y'all know that he never had a game like that his whole Eagles career.
Yeah.
Never. Josh Sweat had a couple big games, but not big like that either.
I have more of a problem with him,
Josh
bro.
Sweat, nobody was losing sleep over Josh Sweat, defensive coordinator. You losing sleep for Jalen Carter, Quinyon Mitchell. I'm not. This is no slouch on that. I'm not. This is a collective agreement as a team, But I'm just saying, like, they're not. I don't want to say they're replaceable, but they're not the biggest fish that we need to worry about.
When you got guys that you need to re-sign, like Zach Bond, anybody else is replaceable, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, Scotty said it better.
But
I'll go.
The thing about Sweat is he does perform well in big games, but I feel like I went like multiple times this season, weeks without even
hearing his name.
Oh damn, I forgot we got Josh Sweat.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely.
And you can't do that. Like,
bro,
you gotta perform, bro.
Name at once or twice a game if you making noise, bro. I got at once or twice a game, at least you making a play that's impacting the game. He goes weeks, you don't hear his name. Weeks without a sack.
Yeah, no.
And I do respect him for staying with us and taking less money, because at the end of the day, that did help. I mean, he did perform well in the playoffs when we needed him to. But like, you can't keep relying on that. Like one of these years, he's not going to perform when we need him to. So I'm really not mad at all about Sweat leaving, but I definitely I'm not trying to downplay him at all because he helped us.
Yeah, me neither. Definitely not. But like I said, like you also said, weeks without hearing his name. Weeks, not a game with weeks. 2-3 weeks you don't hear his name. A month.
Yeah. So when it comes to paying him, yeah, I want to keep him, but I don't want to pay him that.
What's his market value, Warren?
Yeah. So I think with Josh Sweat, I feel like Josh Sweat and Jalen Hunt is the same person. And I think Jalen Hunt had a better rookie season than Josh Sweat did. So Jalen Hunt is only going to get better. So I
agree.
I think that's like a plug and play type switch. So it's not really that side that I'm worried about. It's more of like what y'all were saying, more of the depth side. But yeah, this is Josh Sweat. They're saying this is how much he's worth.
Yeah. Nah.
Allocated.
Hey, if you go get that, go for it, bro. If you can get that money, you go for it.
He's gonna get it.
But you're not gonna get it here.
Not in Philadelphia, though.
Sorry, big bro.
Yeah.
What's the most that y'all would pay him?
8.
That's disrespectful.
Somewhere.
What? 1 year,
That's
$8 million.
Point, though. Nah, for real, because he disappeared. He disappeared.
Wait, all right. Let me be realistic. What did he get this year? His 1 year deal.
I'll have
Not
to look
sure.
it up.
You gotta look
But I
Was
at
it
would say
9?
this,
I think it was 9.
Bryce Huff making more.
I'll give him 10 then.
I was
Or
gonna
9.
say
I'll match
12,
it.
12.
I'll
Bryce
match it.
Huff was making more than that though.
Bryce
Huff
Huff
made more than him.
signed for 3 years, 53, which is like buku. Like that's wild, bro. Get that out of here.
Yeah, he got a
We
lot
don't
of
need you.
dead
for a
money. A lot of
non-drafted
dead
free
money.
agent ever, and it didn't. Feel me? How he does great things, and then he does things that don't make sense. He has 2 mistakes. Like that's a mistake. You feel me? He signed a guy he gave him the most money for a non-drafted free agent. Feel me? That nobody's ever gave a non-drafted free agent $50 million. He did it, and it's a big mistake. It's a mistake.
Yeah, but I remember when you were telling me, Jay, about Bryce Huff when we first picked him up. I looked at his highlights. I thought he was going to perform a lot better than Hassan Reddick. Like watching his film,
I did
He
too.
did good on the Jets. He did good.
Yeah.
With 10 sacks.
And
He had 2 sacks on Jalen.
And he had 2
in
sacks
one
on
game.
Jalen in MetLife.
He played good with the Jets. It's just once he came to us, Vic
He forgot how to play.
Fangio's he just didn't fit well. Yeah, and they're trying to say it was because he was injured, but I don't know.
They're keeping him off the field, man. I trust Fangio. Fangio makes a decision, man. If he's healthy, you're not on the field, there's a problem.
That's facts. And then we got Mekhi Becton. I think Becton will take less to stay, just because, like you said, he was planning on walking away from all this. But Becton's at 10 right now. So I heard the Bears are looking at him. The Bears have been asking to possibly grab him onto the team because the Bears need an O-line. Just these teams that want him, they don't want him at guard. They want him at tackle. But he performs better at guard for us. So that's kind of where my concern is on that. But of course, we all think we're probably just going to keep him.
Tackle and guard money is different money. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Different tackles get paid more than the guards.
That's facts. So, Antoine, did you want to dive into what you were going to say when it came to Milton?
If you look at the rating that Mekhi Becton has, it's pretty low, bro. So he played well with us because he came to Stalin University. And again, when you playing next to great players, you're going to look good. So I just feel like it's a feel-good story, but it don't matter like who we have, because we still have Tyler Steen sitting on the bench. We got the kid we drafted from Michigan. We got the draft coming up. So I think if we could lose anybody and can be replaced, it'll be him. I think he's more replaceable than Milton Williams. I think Milton Williams is a great fit for this team. And I think Mekhi Becton, like he played himself into some money, but if you look at his ranking, he didn't play that well.
Yo, Antoine basically said what I said, the opposite, but the opposite with Becton, like how I said about Milton, like replaceable, and that's a testament to coaching. Really, that's a testament to coaching. Like he succeeded because of the coaching. That's another one too. Who knows if he goes to another system, another coach, and does not perform as the same.
Right, and I'm gonna add this on here too, because Cam Jurgens, they looking to pay him too. Yeah. So you paid Lane. You paid
Jordan.
You played Jordan Mailata. You played Landon Dickerson. Cam coming up. You can't pay everybody. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So if it's a position that we could take away from, it'll be the O-line, because we got great players on the O-line.
Good point.
You can plug somebody else in there. So I don't think we should shovel out that type of money to every O-lineman that we have on the team,
Very good point.
Yeah, and focus on developing Tyler Steen. No, that's a good point. I like that, because one thing we can say, and this is the overall team, but the O-line, once somebody went down, it was a smooth replacement. And
Brad Johnson, anybody, whoever it was.
Right.
Yeah. Now, I will say Becton was a huge playmaker in Saquon's breakout runs, though. I will say that is one big thing that he was beneficial to. Those breakout runs was a lot of the pulls that he was doing. So I think that's one thing we would be missing. But if we can pull a guy from the draft, get him real low, and then we got Stoutland coaching him up, I think we'll be in a good spot. But I like that thought process.
That's a very good point. Yeah,
he better with run blocking. He'll better run blocker than he is a pass blocker. So he gave up the most sacks on the offensive line. Him and Cam Jurgens.
Yeah, you persuaded me with that because they're gonna sign 2 of the 3. They're gonna sign Bond, hopefully, and then Milton or Becton. But you're right, Becton might be more replaceable than Milton Williams when I really truly think about it, because all the other offensive linemen, Cam is gonna get his payday because he's already put in the work. You know, not saying that Becton hasn't, but Cam has already been there for a minute. He's due. That's a good point. And so now I see what you said when you said you're gonna explain it later. You explained it well. That was a good one.
No, I like that.
That's a lot of money going to the offensive line. And
that is a lot of money going to the offensive line. You got to pay the trenches. And then on the other side with Milton Williams, you don't want to pay him too much because Jalen Carter he's going to probably be paid the most on that defensive side of the ball. So you can't just be allocating a lot of money over to one person when you really need to pay somebody else. So I definitely see where you are with that. I like that idea. But we got to wait for Jalen Carter, bro. I'm ready to see what
that deal's going to break the bank.
Yeah.
It should.
He's pulling up with the Brinks truck. You know he's pulling up with the Brinks truck. And he probably getting mad chains with him.
Back it up.
Just imagine Nolan Smith, too. If Nolan Smith goes at the same pace that he's at. So, we got a good team. And then I'm just going to our last person. Philly loves him. Kenny Gainwell. So, this is Kenny Gainwell's stats. He was with us all the way till the Miles Sanders days. This is what his pay is. I say just bring him back, bro. Just bring him back.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you get him back on a little deal like that, you know he coming back. He's with the Bobs.
Now, I will add this. Do y'all think Kenny Gainwell will be better a second year under Saquon? Like,
he got better this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So just imagine like another year under Saquon. I think he's going to get even better and become even more of a threat. Like,
okay, my question is, since we got what's the white kid name? My bad, the running back.
Will Shipley.
My bad.
Yeah.
Since we got Will Shipley, like how long, if we do keep Kenny Gainwell, how long do we keep him? Do we sign him to 3 years? Do we sign him to 2 years, a year?
I would say that's a good question.
I doubt if he'll take another a 1 year deal.
Another 1 year, maybe give him a 2 year.
He could really go somewhere.
I doubt if he take a 2 year.
But if you let him walk, then you definitely gonna have to bring in another running back. You're gonna have to bring another one because as much as we all like Saquon, what made him elite and what made him a threat this year too, he didn't get injured.
Yeah.
So he's got tread on his tires right now. So I'm not knock on wood, but we got to prepare for that if that does happen, and we got to keep the ball rolling.
I'm reading comments and laughing over the comment. Like said the white kid. We got a few white kids. We got Reed. We got Cooper. White boys are balling in Philly right now.
I've been telling my coworkers about white boy energy.
The white boy energy right now.
We had a white guy on our team, and anytime he got in the game and made a play, it elevated everybody. So if you got a white kid on your team that can play, it elevates the team, bro.
That's a fact.
Especially at the skill position.
Yeah, the positions they play and the plays that they're making is definitely worthy of that.
Yeah, for sure.
No, that's facts.
One thing about Kenny G, I will say though, one thing I respect about Kenny G over the years is he's always asked what he's been told to do. Like it don't matter who's there, Miles Sanders, Saquon Barkley. It don't matter if you put him in the game, he's gonna run hard every single play. So
he has some good returns too on kickoff.
Yeah, even if he goes off and gets his bag, we always gonna love Kenny G.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think Will Shipley could be a fullback?
Nah, I don't know. He's not. I was watching him on that run. You know, he looked electric on that run. The only reason he got caught is because he started protecting the ball, looking back.
Yeah, he was
about to make it, bro.
That was in the NFC Championship game, right?
Yeah. He
used to run
track.
That's
what I'm saying. I don't know, bro.
He can move, bro. He can move. I mean, I feel like he's definitely Barkley's direct replacement. Like later on down the line, if you could keep Shipley in the building and develop him more, because it looked like he could run, bro.
Nah, he can run for sure.
Yeah, he seems like more of a power runner too. That's why I was asking about that fullback question. Yeah, like maybe they want to implement the fullback position. Who knows? I know Vin Van Sumeren, he's a free agent too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Injured. So we might not get him back. So
yeah,
maybe
we were doing funny plays with him and stuff too. And then he got injured right away.
He's listed as a linebacker in the free agent market.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
defensive,
yeah.
remember? Yeah, he's a defensive player. And
yeah, he was a linebacker, but I think that was something they were trying.
Wait, didn't that? Am I mistaken, or isn't he the one who was like supposed to take snaps at fullback?
Yeah, he was. Remember,
but he's a real linebacker.
Yeah, he got injured. He's a
Yeah.
defensive. So
that was something that they were trying to like. They were trying to do like, you know how the guy, what's that guy, Skipper on the Lions? How sometimes he plays receiver. They're just doing that with him. Just put him at the full. Just see
he had a couple good plays too, but then he got injured right away. So
Wayne's comment. I don't know if you know this. I think I talked about it before, but Sproles actually handpicked Kenny Gainwell. So he said that he reminded him of himself, and that's why he wanted the Eagles to draft him.
Nice.
And Kenny Gainwell is Fletcher Cox's cousin too. Right?
Yeah.
So it's
small world.
We can't just let him go. So who knows, bro? Maybe he'll just stay and just be that effective running back. Like,
he went J.J. and got caught.
I was at that game.
That's
the Cowboy game. I was at that game. J.J.
I remember that. They said unhitch the trailer.
That's fun.
With your slow ass.
Slow ass. I can imagine being there watching. Y'all probably was all like, damn, he was about
to listen, when he broke out, I turned around to the crowd, started like, and everybody started pointing at the field. I turned around, he on the ground. I was like, what happened?
Man.
I looked at the Jumbotron and he got walked down. Like he wasn't looking back at nothing, just got walked down.
Yeah, they tracked his ass down. Real shit. They tracked him down.
So, fellas, I know we were talking about Jalen for a little bit, but let's dive into this because it seems like we're going into 3 weeks since the Super Bowl win, and people are still talking negative about Jalen Hurts. We know the regular media is talking him up, but you still got a lot of fans that don't think he's at least a top 5 quarterback. So from each of y'all, I want to get who is your top 5 quarterbacks in NFL after this postseason with all the knowledge that you know, all the information, all the stats, all that stuff, championships. Just I want to get y'all's thoughts on it and we can talk about it. But Antoine, I want to hear your top 5 first.
Going into next season?
Yeah, we can do going into next season.
Yeah, going into next season.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna go with Pat 1. I'm gonna go with Josh Allen 2. I'm gonna go with QB 1, Jalen 3. Joe Burrow 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna have to go Lamar Jackson 5.
Okay, I like that.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
What you got, Scott?
What you got, Scott?
So for number 1, I'm gonna explain why. For number 1, I got Mahomes. Obviously, I mean, he's the best quarterback in the league. Say what you want about your own quarterbacks, whatever. I'm just keeping it real. Mahomes is definitely the best. He's got the Super Bowl rings to prove for it. He could do everything on the field. Number 2, I got Joe Burrow. I put him there because I think he just doesn't have a defense, but he's very consistent. He throws for an insane amount of yards. His completion percentage is super high. He's the second quarterback since, I don't remember the year, but second quarterback since I think 2015 or whatever to beat Mahomes in the playoffs. So that speaks for itself. And then 3, I'm going to go Jalen. Jalen is like, a similar quarterback to Mahomes. He can do everything. He outperformed Mahomes twice in the Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl. Other than Burrow, the only other person to beat Mahomes, in the playoffs. So that speaks for itself. At number 4, I'm going to go Josh Allen. I don't have him higher, even though he just won the MVP. That's because he's not a big game player. I know this year he didn't have the greatest amount of weapons, but he has in the past, and he never proved to me that he's better than any of those guys. But he still is an elite quarterback, and you got to give him his respects. And then 5, I'm going to put Lamar. That's why I said yours was interesting, Antoine, because I didn't think anybody else was going to have Lamar that low. But Lamar's just not a big game winner, bro. He's a regular season quarterback. He's a great regular season quarterback.
Great regular season quarterback.
And he did well.
Do you think Burrow is a big game quarterback in the postseason?
I wouldn't say he's a the biggest game quarterback, but he's proven that he can win big games. He didn't win the Super Bowl, but he got there.
Yeah.
He
That's
beat
true.
Mahomes.
That is true.
Isn't like apparently for whatever odd reason, the way they rank quarterbacks in today's NFL is whoever beats Mahomes the most. So if that's what we're gonna go off of, then
if we're gonna go off that, then Jalen's the best quarterback in the NFL.
Facts. You could say that if you wanted to. People are gonna look at you crazy,
That's what I'm about to
that's
say
what all
next.
the analysts say. So
that's what I'm about to say next. So if you really ask me, that we all got the same top 5. Those are the best 5 quarterbacks. Now Jalen just entered that conversation nationally because people had Herbert in their, Stroud, also Dak, all sorts of people in that spot. But if you ask me the list, I'm not gonna put Jalen 1. I'll put Jalen 2. I'll put Mahomes 1.
Look, he's switching up.
Only reason I put Mahomes 1 realistically is because of the track record.
The 3.
Yeah, for sure.
Because of the track record.
You can't.
The only reason, but I'm very skeptical that Jalen is really he's literally kicking in that door. And the only reason I say that is because he stepped up to him all 3 times he's played him and has not faltered once. And these guys, the other 4 guys on the list, other 3 guys struggle with Mahomes. They struggle to beat him. They try to find a way to beat him. And Jalen just finds a way to beat Patrick Mahomes. And when you really look at it, the Super Bowl 57 loss, he outplayed him. That should have been a win. And he would have been 3-0 versus Mahomes. And what would you have said then? It would have been even a crazier conversation. So I'll go Mahomes 1, Jalen 2. Number 3, I'm going to say Josh Allen. The reason I'm going to say Josh Allen 3 is because this season, Josh Allen proved to me he does more with less. And I really respect that. I respect a quarterback sometimes that puts the whole thing on his back and just does what he got to do. Like, he don't got no star receivers. He don't really got no crazy skill players. He just goes with what he got and just puts his hope in the team. So, number 4, I'll put Joe Burrow because Joe Burrow, to me, out of the 5 guys on here, he's the best true quarterback, like in the pocket. Like, out of all of them, if you got a traditional quarterback, Joe Burrow is definitely the best one out of all 4 of them. He can sit back there, throw for 400 every game. And then 5th, I'll definitely put Lamar, just like Scotty said. I love Lamar Jackson. I really do. I love his skill set, what he brings to the league, but he falters under pressure. His worst game of this season was versus Philadelphia in Baltimore. That was a big game. That was like a playoff type atmosphere. He folded in that game. So he just doesn't play good in big games. So that's really why Jalen's number 2 on this list, because Jalen steps up to all these guys and he does not fall on the big stages.
Let me ask you a question, Jay. Yeah. So with you had Josh Allen at number 3, right?
Yeah.
Has he or has he not had weapons before in the past?
He's had weapons. He's had weapons, but he's had Diggs. Diggs is a weapon you could consider. I just feel like out of all these people on this list, he has the least to work with. He definitely has the least.
That's fair.
He has the least. He doesn't have a true one receiver. Burrow has Higgins and he has Jamar Chase. Jalen has, what Jalen has. Mahomes is Mahomes, and it doesn't matter who he has. And then Lamar Jackson obviously has weapons in Baltimore with Henry and the tight ends and everybody. So Zay Flowers. So Josh Allen, out of all of them, really don't got nothing.
Comparative to those guys, that's definitely
he don't really got nothing. To me, he don't got nothing.
So it sounds like I'm going against the odds right now. I'll do it.
Go ahead.
So this is really harping on a lot of what you said, Jay. When it comes to my number 1, because you kind of pointed it out already, I got Josh Allen number 1. Okay. I got Josh Allen number 1 just because he doesn't have the weapon.
Hold on, what?
Yeah.
But I'm writing this down. I don't know.
I looked off.
I was trying not to laugh, bro.
I told you everybody's not gonna like it. Josh, I got Josh Allen
number 1. About it in the after show.
I got Josh Allen number 1.
Warren's trying to get a signature.
Sum up.
Hey, Josh Allen number 1. Number 2.
I'm already surprised.
I mean, look, clearly though,
but I'm saying that because Sean McDermott, do you really hear that much about what he's doing? Like I feel like Patrick Mahomes has Andy Reid. Patrick Mahomes has Andy Reid. He had Tyreek Hill. Like, he has Travis Kelce. Like, he's always had a solid O-line. So, like, that I'm looking at Josh Allen as, like, somebody that does not have anything. And literally, your front office is just not trying to help you. Like, your front office is not helping you with anything.
He is
so
getting disrespected.
I got him at 1.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Jalen Hurts at number 2, and the reason why I put him at number 2 is just the simple fact that he went under different coordinators. And the fact that his just background is the simple fact of like he's doubted. So like not a lot of people can keep going when you doubt it like that. Like look at a lot of these quarterbacks right now. Like he was doubted, and it was a prove yourself. And he came in the second round, and to be doing what he's doing in the second round, get a Super Bowl. That's kind of a big accomplishment. I got Mahomes 3 just because Andy Reid, he has the experience. He has Patrick Mahomes. He has Travis Kelce. He has Andy Reid, Travis Kelce. He had Tyreek Hill. Like, he does have weapons. At the end of the day, the Chiefs did have weapons, bro. Like, we can't sleep on them.
They did. They've always
and they're
had
consistent too.
I'm liking how you're forming your list a little so far.
I'm listening.
I got Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's next, just because Joe Burrow does have weapons, but he doesn't have a defensive line.
Not at all.
He don't got a defense at all. They can't stop a team from putting up 30.
However, he did not win a Super Bowl. He did not win a Super Bowl. So that's why I got Jalen over him. And last.
Who's the name? Because hold on, I have a feeling.
I don't know, fellas. Last.
Don't get scared, Warren.
That boy in Baltimore or no?
I want to say Lamar Jackson. I really do.
No 2-time MVP is crazy work, Warren.
That is wild. He's
listening.
I'm listening though.
I'm thinking Baker. I'm gonna put Baker up there.
Oh my!
Because
God.
hear me out. Baker was effective though. So when y'all watch Baker play, was Baker trash at any game?
He's a baller, but he
lost Mike Evans for a lot of weeks and Chris Godwin for the whole season, and he still did good.
So like I put Baker Mayfield up there just because he has gotten better. And remember, bro, this is the same dude that the Cleveland Browns just threw away, bro, for trash.
Couple teams threw him away.
Yeah. So like he could have easily just went down. But
I'm a little tired. I didn't put Jalen first. I should just put Jalen first because now that I'm really thinking about it, Jalen just beat all these quarterbacks on his. We talking about this and that, like weapons and whoever. Jalen beat everybody on his list. Everybody. You want to keep going down the list? There's more.
I'll tell you what. Out of all those 5 guys, if I try, it's probably gonna sound biased, which maybe it is, but I would pick Jalen over any of those guys.
Yeah, thinking about it, I really
to win the game. Yeah, that's Jalen all day.
Because bro,
I'm just talking about in general as my franchise quarterback.
And this and that. What about folding under pressure? That's the one thing he don't do. Everybody else has folded under immense pressure.
Okay, so
who's that?
Let me get into explaining my list then.
Yeah.
So I went with Patrick Mahomes because he Patrick Mahomes. You brought up Andy Reid, like Alex Smith was there before Patrick Mahomes, and they didn't do shit. You know what I'm saying? So Andy Reid can only do so much. He can only do so much. So,
but he was under Patrick Mahomes the whole time, though. So I feel like Andy Reid learned his lesson with Donovan McNabb.
I would say he had McNabb. McNabb did, you know.
Point, bro.
But what about the Tom Brady and Belichick thing, though? Belichick becomes a head coach somewhere else, or I'm sorry, Tom Brady leaves, wins the Super Bowl. Like, is it more the quarterback or is it more the coach? Because Andy Reid and Bill Belichick are like 1 and 2.
The quarterback got a hoop.
Yeah,
I think
the coach can only call the plays. The quarterback got a hoop.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so you can't really use Andy Reid as that much of an excuse for a quarterback.
Right.
But I'm saying for him to have the experience, Nick Sirianni had no experience.
That's
true.
What?
Like Nick Sirianni had no experience, bro.
That's true.
Like he's coming in with somebody that's brand new. So for him to, he's at the end of the day, who is Jalen really relying on, bro? Like
himself.
Right.
Huh? Yeah.
So and that's why
that's what he's relying on.
Yeah, so I went with Pat number 1. I went with Josh Allen too because him and Jalen are right there, but in most of those games that Josh Allen has lost to Patrick Mahomes, he walked off the field with the lead. He can't stop him. He can't stop him from sitting on the bench. Like he walked off the field with the lead, so it's not his fault entirely that he can't get over the hump because most of those games he walked off the field with the lead. He won the MVP this year. He didn't have nothing over there. No defense. Offense was shaky, but he balled out. And out of all these quarterbacks on the list, he the one that gave us the most trouble other than Patrick Mahomes didn't even give us that much trouble.
No, he did. Josh Allen, that overtime game, but that game was give or take.
He gave us the most trouble out of all those quarterbacks, so that's why I put him 2. I put Jalen 3 because he's the less talented quarterback out of these 5, but he worked the hardest out of the 5. And so I think if he do get another Super Bowl, he'll be neck and neck with Mahomes at that point. I'll put him over Josh Allen after that. Yeah. And I went with Joe Burrow because, like what Scott said, they don't have a defense either. He puts up these video game numbers, and the other team just outscores them because they can't stop a nosebleed.
Yeah, they can't. They can't
stop a nosebleed. He didn't give us that much trouble, though. Josh Allen gave us the most trouble out of all these quarterbacks.
Yeah, Joe Burrow.
If we're talking about trouble, though, Baker definitely deserves to be in this conversation. Like,
that's true.
Because Baker gives us
I got Baker at 6.
Any of those guys, bro.
I got Baker at 6.
Yeah, I would have 6.
And I went with Lamar, 2-time MVP. He's a great regular season quarterback, and I think going into the season, like, you can't put him outside the top 5. So that's why I put him at 5.
I don't want to see Herbert nowhere near the top 10.
I'm glad nobody said him because I was ready to argue.
I'm waiting because I've been seeing Herbert over Jalen a crazy talk on Facebook. Like, it's just, how could you even compare a guy who threw 4 picks in a game to a guy who won a Super Bowl? Like, I don't care what he's doing over there in LA.
He said he had James Cook.
Now James Cook, you know, it's so funny. James Cook had a good season. He about to ask for a bag. They may not even be.
He's good, bro. Don't sleep on James
Listen,
Cook.
James Cook
is good, but James.
He wasn't. Yeah, he's not. He was.
He's not a Saquon Barkley or Derrick Henry, but he's definitely
He definitely put in work, though. He definitely
7 running back.
He's going to get hurt.
I put him at
another one that's going to get hurt.
When it comes to running back,
you put him at what?
On the Chiefs,
like a 3-tier, like with 1 tier being Barkley and Derrick Henry. I put him at a 3-tier.
So what's the lowest tier? Like 1 through 5?
Yeah.
Lowest tier would be like.
I would put him I would put him in a 2-tier.
He's a 2-tier. He's a 2-tier.
2-tier, bro. James Cook is gonna be good.
He puts up numbers, bro. He's a good running back. He put up 85 yards on the Chiefs.
He's actually the only other person besides Josh Allen that they had. Like,
and he gets.
I feel like he's right there for Chase Brown.
Whoa, Chase Brown's a bum.
Chase Brown?
No, bro.
You talking about what's his name's brother? He's all right. Chase Brown. He's tier 3 approaching 2.
I need to see more.
I put him in the same tier.
Yeah, you put James Cook in Chase Brown?
Y'all sleeping on that boy James Cook.
Nah, I think James Cook is gonna ask for a bag, bro. You know what it is? I maybe because I watch Buffalo a lot because of Gio, my brother-in-law. I watch Buffalo, so it's like.
Okay, so if it's 32 running backs, what number would you give him?
7, 6 or 7.
Definitely in the top 10. I would put
over Rashad White and.
I mean, I'd have to think about. I'd really have to think about it and look at it a little bit more. But going off, he's definitely top 10, 100%.
I'm just thinking from a fantasy perspective. I just remember
top 10, bro.
Somebody consistent.
So you're putting James Cook under Rashad White?
No, I'm not.
No, not under Rashad White. I put Bucky Irvin over James Cook.
I'll take Bucky over James Cook.
I'll take Bucky.
But listen, James Cook ain't that far off Bucky. I'm telling you.
Because you got Josh Jacobs.
I'll put him right there with Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs will be above him for sure.
You got Mixon who still.
Josh Jacobs had an 1,800-yard season.
So who's the top 5 running backs? Let's go. Saquon.
All right, so now we get into this. Let's go.
Jahmyr Gibbs. Bijan Robinson.
Bijan for sure.
And I'll put Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs.
So, the yards. He's a touchdown machine too.
6.
Who you say, Jay?
I'm trying to think.
I was thinking Mixon. Mixon can't go up there. Mixon got to be like 6.
Mixon can be top. He's top.
He's top 10.
Okay, I compare Mixon to James Cook.
That's fair. I'll take that, but then that means you sleep on James Cook. I mean, Mixon a little bit, I think, then.
Yeah.
Nah, Mixon is proven. I mean, he's slowing down now because he'll run it back.
Who their top 5 running backs are. Just going through this. So everybody in the comments, what's your top 5 running backs? I like Saquon, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Bijan, Gibbs, and that 5th one's the toughest one right there.
Bijan
got to be on.
We said Bijan.
What about Bucky? I don't know, bro. Bucky Irvin was was a beast. As he,
old boy from the Commanders too is not that bad. What's his name?
Brian Robinson.
Brian Robinson. Yeah.
See, James Cook is way better than Brian, or not way, but he's above Brian Robinson.
Yeah, he's like a tier 3.
Yeah,
I'd say he better than Brian Robinson.
Yeah, that's a tough
I got to think all the teams.
Yeah, that's one of them sit down, think about it type.
You would definitely.
I don't think James Cook could finish in my top 10 though.
Flashes. Players, look at what's his name? I ain't gonna hold you. A young, good young running back is Rico Dowell too in Dallas. I hate Dallas, but he's a good running back.
He's a good bet.
He's
a good bet.
What about Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah,
I can't believe we haven't mentioned him.
Taylor's above Cook.
Even Rico, because Rico he had 2 good games against us.
Yeah, and he
started
surging towards the end of the season.
He's not top 10.
No, not yet. But he has potential to be a good player in this league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see what other teams you got.
There's a lot, bro. Like that's because you got like Jaylen Warren and Najee Harris.
Would y'all take Cooks or Swift? DeAndre Swift.
James Cook.
I'll take Cook. Yeah. Look at Cook's highlight. He be cooking.
What about Triple Hubbard?
James Cook.
Okay.
Yeah, watch his highlights. Real
we
shit,
should do one of them things where it's like speak when you see a better running back than James Cook.
and he receives too. Receiving running back too at that.
Hey, how about this? Why don't after the combine we can do a tier list of running backs?
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, we can do
a few positions.
Well, matter of fact, I got a better.
Hey, what about the running back from Miami?
Well, Devon
A-Chain. Yeah. A-Chain is probably.
See, him and Cook are like right. That's
they not right there. Hell
nah. A-Chain is better. A-Chain. Nah, I got a better idea.
Y'all forgetting about McCaffrey. Even though McCaffrey was injured, it's just crazy how we
gonna save this discussion for the next show.
I forgot
we'll save it for the next show. Everybody think about their top 5 because this is a better discussion than the quarterback. Everybody think about their top 5 next show.
Yo, I like Mike's comment though.
Breece Hall.
That's a good thing because
Breece Hall. I forgot about my boy.
Breece Hall's tough. Breece Hall's tough.
And everyone
steady falling, Scott. He's steady falling.
Nah, bro. I'm telling you, he's cracking top 10.
Who?
James Cook is cracking top 10.
Oh yeah, he is. I'm advocating with you, Scotty. I believe.
Wait, what about the running back? What about the backup for McCaffrey? What was his? I think he did better than James.
Jordan Mason, bro. He had like 5 games. You can't put him in any kind of.
The beginning of I take that back. Yeah,
Scotty knocked that one down quick. Like that. Because he had like a 5-game flash. We can't even rely on that.
That's the same thing with Bucky Irving. Like he was a great running back for his rookie year, bro. Like.
So you're saying give him another year?
Yeah.
Now I'm saying we need to have this discussion next week, next show.
You know who I would put above James Cook?
Again.
My bad, Jay. I didn't mean to cut you off. Kyron Williams. I will put him above Cook.
Yeah. Now we talk.
All right. This is my list, bro. And we'll wait.
James Conner.
We'll wait. Because I'm going to do homework on
Cook
this.
Is 8. Cook is 8.
I come with this.
Well, yeah. Let's wait till next show. Yeah. And I'm glad we got something sparked off for it. But next question.
I'm on your ass, Scott.
I'm on your ass, boy. Pause.
So would you give up
pause.
Zach Bond for Myles Garrett, or would you rather keep Zach Bond and not worry about Myles Garrett?
Keep Zach Bond.
Keep Zach Bond?
I think we're all gonna agree on that one, yeah.
Keep Zach Bond? Okay.
And you know why? I'll say why. I'm probably speaking for everybody when I say this. Maybe not, but it comes down to age, bro. I mean, Zach Bond's not the youngest, but it just something scares me about getting up in them years when it comes to defensive edge, bro. Like, Garrett had a great season, but we got to realize, bro, he's definitely closer to exiting his prime than entering it, and Zach Bond is like just entering it.
Hey, how about this?
Plus the position.
If we don't get Garrett and we lose Josh Sweat, and who knows what's gonna happen with Huff, would y'all mind having Khalil Mack?
That's another one, bro. He's old.
He's a free agent. I mean, we're not bringing him like to.
You're bringing him in as a rotational guy too. The way we use defensive linemen, I think a guy like him could benefit on the Eagles.
I think he'll benefit.
I think he would too.
100% he would.
You got Khalil Mack on Reddit.
It's the way we use the D line. It just helps them.
What y'all think about Chase Young?
About who?
The knock on him is his motor is not high. Like he gives up and stuff. Once again, guys like that, when they get in Philly, that don't ride. So you feel me? Like whatever you did before your career, whatever laziness you had or bad coaching habits or whatever, it just disappears in Philly. So Chase Young, I think, would be an interesting project in Philadelphia.
Interesting for sure.
But the thing about Chase Young, bro, to me, he has no work ethic.
That's the problem. Yeah, no motor. He be giving up.
He was so hyped.
I think he'll be an interesting.
He's on camera giving up, so they got to change that. They'll point that all out to him. Like, listen, man, this is Philly. You can't give up on plays.
I don't know if he would fit in with Vic Fangio. I don't think Vic Fangio and him would get along very well.
Well, you got Matthew Judon too. How old is Matthew Judon?
I
don't think he's that old.
You can't. I think maybe it's around 30 or late 20s.
That's old.
Look that up.
He's our bald eagle.
He's 32, bro.
This is why I want Max over
Khalil Mack 33 and Judon 32.
Oh, they're in the same ballpark. So you sign a guy like that, Antoine, a veteran, a proven veteran rusher. You feel me? That you could get in on rotation. I think it's a good fit.
For who? Which one?
A Judon or a Khalil Mack? Because
I mean, the thing is, bro, that would be like, if we're trying to build this team, we don't want those guys unless we're just trying to do it to like win again next year and then replace them again, type thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I could see them signing them on if they could come on a nice friendly deal, a deal where they don't got to, feel me? Because they're gonna know their workload is not gonna be like on another squad.
Kind of like Tua Tagovailoa, or what's his name, Ndamukong Suh, and the other bull.
Not
like that.
I think it's also who's gonna be a culture fit too, bro. Like some of them, like I can't see Chase Young being a culture fit.
I think Mac will.
I think Mac will.
Think Mac will too.
Brandon Graham was producing in year 15 on this defense.
Right.
Yeah, that is true.
I think an older guy like this could produce well on his defense.
Yeah, that is true. But it's not hard to do.
But it got to be at the right number, Scott, because you can't give one of these guys because of their ego and their name a certain amount of money. You can't do that at this point.
Yeah.
It has to make sense for the Eagles before that makes sense for them.
And it's different with BG because he's been here for so long. It's like
his motor's here.
We would have never traded for BG if he was with the Patriots.
Yeah, BG helped with more than just his play too, though.
Shout out,
he was a leader. He was a mentor. He brought everything
Eagle
together.
Boy 1022.
That's my boy Tim.
Thanks for watching, bro.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest just area that we got to focus on. Who's gonna fill in this edge rush? Because if Brandon Graham stays another year, I'll be a little bit happy. But then at the same time, then you got Bryce Huff sitting right there, and who knows? Bryce Huff might do a little something.
Bro.
Yeah, he comes back.
Like, how y'all said that he was quiet, like how Josh Sweat was quiet majority of the season?
Yeah.
If y'all got a season like that out of Bryce Huff, would y'all be okay with that?
So you're saying if Bryce Huff played the way Josh Sweat did, where he came up at times but then disappeared?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be better than what he did, but I don't want it. I don't regard it.
Not at the price. Not at the price.
Not at the price, yeah.
Yeah, we got to remember, bro, this man didn't just sign like a $30 million contract. We gave this man $53 million.
Yeah. And we know how he will sit on these high-priced players, too. Like, we're sitting on Bradbury right now.
The only thing that sucks about the Huff situation is, like, nobody wants him, bro.
Nobody wants that deal, dude.
Well, you got to think about it. People might want him because at the end of the day, he just didn't fit our scheme, too.
And he's young. He's very young, which is really good.
Because he performs. He has to be on all fours for him. Like, that's how he performs his best. But at the end of the day, Vic Fangio didn't want that. And he has to be far out on the edge, too. If Vic Fangio didn't want that.
He got to be far out.
That's the problem. He's
already making him uncomfortable in his role already.
But he's also, you can't, I keep thinking about this, too. Like, you can't keep harping on this, like what he did with the Jets for that 1 year, because he did do good, but he only played 38% of the snaps. Like,
that's true.
You got to see, nobody's going to want that deal for a guy who never played 50% of the snaps in a season.
How old is Bryce?
He's very young. I think he's like 24.
Let me ask you, son. Do you think Howie might reconstruct his contract maybe in the offseason?
I mean, if we have to keep him, there's
because
no
pay cut
way
is
in
always
hell
going
he
to be on the
doesn't.
table. Pay cuts
Like,
are always on the table.
He got to accept it though.
He's
You
gonna
gotta
have to
accept it. I can see him accepting a pay cut and staying.
I don't.
They don't go. There's no leverage. I mean, there's nothing to do. Either you're gonna sit here, you're gonna be a Bradbury because you're not gonna play, or they're gonna cut him and eat the dead money.
Just eat that money.
Not playing. That's funny.
Nah, I think you gotta. Fuck, I don't want to go, but I think you do gotta hold on to him.
You have to, yeah.
You got to. You got to see what you can do with him.
Either hold on,
trying to do something.
money.
That's part of it, Gio. It definitely does suck, bro. But at the end of the day, it's a business. It sucks seeing these players go. But
or maybe you could say this too. Maybe they don't want to do anything with them now, but maybe wait till like the middle of the season, right before the trade deadline ends.
That's actually a great point, Warren. Because
like that could be.
How about if we end up having to keep him and we can't get rid of that deal? Just play him, like start the season off playing him like 35% of the snaps. See what he can do. If he does good, eat that market up, bro.
Yeah.
Get him out of here. Bait.
Dang, bro. We really don't want him anymore.
I just don't. At this point, bro, like he seems like a cancer. And I don't mean that in a way of like his personality and a cancer to the locker room.
Disrupted
but just like we just won a Super Bowl and we're trying to build a dynasty team. We don't have no room for that.
Yeah.
That's true. But think about it. I think that's why they had that conversation with Devin White. And Devin White didn't show up to any games.
Yeah. He's also like Devin White's been like that though. Like he has like that stubborn-minded personality. And Vic Fangio, I don't think he really messes with that.
Yeah. No, that's
a blessing in disguise because Bond wouldn't have been playing as much had Devin White been on the field. So it's a blessing in disguise, man.
I think we need to just sit here and appreciate Vic Fangio because I think at the end of the day, if we didn't have Vic Fangio, a seasoned defensive coordinator like that, we would have been seeing Huff out there on the field a lot more.
100%.
Like for somebody to say I'm not doing that, I'm not putting them out there, like that's pretty heavy.
I think we need to give flowers to our organization, like the staff as a whole.
Yeah.
Everybody in that building.
Everybody. Yeah, because
everybody played a big role in this Super Bowl, bro, in this whole season.
Yeah, it's straight up the coaching staff at the end of the day. And we saw what a coaching staff can do in 2023, and we see what they can do this 2024 season.
You know what game I was thinking about, fellas? Remember the New Orleans game? What if Goddard don't catch that pass down the sideline and is running? Imagine we lose that game too going into the bye.
Yeah, bro, I swear I thought about that. I was like, we was actually losing this game for a long time.
The whole time, right?
Saquon scored. They came down, scored again, and we was like, damn, we need to score. And it was like a minute, bro. It was a minute and a half.
That was a miracle
Saints
play.
game, right? You talking about the Saints game?
Yeah, that was a miracle play.
I think that hit on Devontae sparked everybody up though.
Oh yeah, that was wild.
The hit on Devontae, yeah.
Apparently, Bull spit on him too. I don't know if that was true or not.
Yeah, that was a rumor. Yeah, but the spit was coming out the thing. We never know if it was. But people saying that it's for a reason.
Yeah.
But guys, did we talk about the brotherly shove talk?
Ooh, let's get into that.
Yeah,
let's get into that before we get off. So right now, it was said that teams were looking to ban the brotherly shove.
Call them out. Say their name.
What's that? Oh no, I am.
Them cheeseheads, boy.
Yeah. So soon, we all found out it ended up being the Green Bay Packers, and it's been speculations it could be the Commanders as well.
And the Bills.
Yeah.
And the Bills too. Now the Bills are not effective at it.
That's why.
What's their coach's name? McDermott?
Yeah.
He came out and said it today that he wants to ban it as well.
Yeah, the Falcons head coach said something about it as well. It's just at the end of the day, I think if this was something that every team was doing and it was just that easy to just do, I think it would be easy to ban.
Facts.
They were trying to say because it was an injury risk. Like nobody gets hurt on this play. What are you talking about?
Hurt except Chris Jones, who lined up sideways.
Yeah. Got his bell rung.
Who told his ass to line up sideways?
The thing about this that irks me the most is that, like, this is a football play, bro. As much as these people don't want to say it, it's a football play. Our team just found a way to perfect it. So if you want to take this play out, then the 49ers, and I'm going to be petty too, the 49ers can't do screenplays anymore. Then that'll be fair.
No more Hail Marys.
Yeah, no more. Jaden Daniels can't throw Hail Marys. The 49ers can't run screenplays, and the Eagles can't do the tush push.
And Brendan Aubrey can't kick on the other side of the field. He got to be past the 50.
But that's how stupid this sounds, bro. It's a football play. If every single team, if all 32 teams could do this play effectively, then you can look into banning it. But we're the only team that does this at a 93% clip effectively. Like,
that's why they want it gone.
It's silly.
It's more. It sounds more like a personal thing. I really do think that they're not gonna ban it because it is 31 other teams and y'all can't get it done. The Bills were 1 for 5 in the AFC Championship game on a tush push and they want to ban it. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it's like it's affected them. Think about how frustrated they must be on the sideline, knowing you know when you're playing Madden next to your friend, you can see his play. Like, you know what they're gonna do. Like,
you know what's funny about the Packers too? Like, the Packers are the team that came out and said they wanted to ban the most. They
stopped us a few times.
But they stopped us on it like 3 times in one game.
They stopped us.
Like,
and
you
they
have a thing to stop it. So I don't know, bro. But even
I
if it does get
I can
banned,
see why the Commanders didn't want it because
we made it look silly, bro.
Frankie Louvu started.
Yeah, you saw that game. He started a petition right after that.
The good thing is, though, before we even started doing the brotherly tush push shove, whatever you want to call it, we still did the QB sneak like effectively.
We did it with Carson Wentz.
And we still was going for it on fourth. We're a 4th down team regardless. We've always been a 4th down team since Sirianni been in the building, and plus before that when Peterson was in the building.
Peterson.
Now, like Gio said, though, get in the weight room. Stop crying about it.
Facts.
Yo, you know what I think about this when it comes to this play? Like, what makes football special and these different teams different, like what makes all these teams different and the whole reason why we're doing the combine, free agency, and all that is to match what's going to beat your personnel. We have the personnel to be able to do this.
All right.
So I feel like if you ban this, what's going to be next after that?
Yeah, they're going to keep doing stuff.
Yeah, so like you want to ban this play because we have the personnel to perform a certain play that other teams don't have a personnel for. So we got to change it up. What we do, we're probably going to change. If they did ban it, we would change it to something else anyway.
Right.
We would just go back to the
quarterback sneak. That's all it means. You're trying to take that away.
I like the fake tush push plays. I like the fake ones, the back outs. They almost hit AJ on that one. He almost hit AJ on that, and he just missed them, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I would like it if they were more effective with them, bro. They haven't been effective with them like I would like them
to be. The fakes got to work more. The fakes got to work more because
they got one with DeAndre Swift last year, but that's the only
that was the best one. The one when he ran off on the side, that was the best one. So this day, the best fake was DeAndre Swift.
Now they also said the Packers were the second best team to be effective at it. So I'm curious to why they're trying to ban it if they're the closest ones to being good at it.
Players don't like the play, bro. I think really that's what it comes down to. Like the actual players don't want to deal with the play. They don't want to deal with it. So they're in the coach's head and everybody's head because
it's a lot of bodies.
It's them that got to feel the effect.
You're going to need a better reason to ban it than saying injuries, though, because it's been proven that nobody gets injured on this play.
Antoine said it, no injuries. There's zero injuries. Zero. Like, who's got injured on tush push?
If anything, it's harder. It's, like, more dangerous for the offense to run.
It is. That's
why Jason Kelce hated it. Like,
and
Jason
Kelce Cam Jurgens, they both did, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, I think if anything, it's going to put more stress on the
Look at Cam in the picture.
Right.
They're going to end up making a statue out that joint. I'm telling you, they're going to make a statue.
I was going to ask y'all that, too. That was going to be the questions I was going to have. If we go to a second Super Bowl, should they do a statue of the brotherly shove?
I think they should do it if they ban it. If they ban it, then just put a statue for sure.
Yeah, they put it better like RIP.
Because then it's history.
I think if it came down to like the Marshawn Lynch play, and we ran that play, and we took the lead with it, Yeah, you got to make a statue for that.
I like what Scott said though. If they ban it, they'll put a statue outside. Like, you know what?
For history.
It was a good run. It was a good run.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just think at the end of the day, it's not going anywhere. These teams just gotta get smarter, bro. Like at the end of the day,
Gotta get stronger.
It's all over. It's all over. I don't even think it's about strength, really. I think it's just like positioning. Like,
I
mean, strength plays a big part, though. You got to remember, our O-line is beefy.
That's what it is. It's really the strength. It's an Imano thing, bro.
Our QB squats 650, bro.
It's a
big rugby
game
play too. It's a big rugby play, and I think Jordan Mailata helps out with that more than we know. So, like, I think Stoutland. I think maybe it was something that maybe Mailata may have put out there.
Look at Mailata, bro. Like, no way that's fun.
Yeah, he laying on top of somebody, and
he's smiling and laughing and giggling.
Look at Jurgens. He laying on top of somebody too.
Jurgens
laughing and giggling, bro. It's crazy.
Becton's got like 3 people on him. Like, you know that play hurts, bro.
Yo, if you go back to it, you know how Chris Jones was sideways, bro. The way they took him out was like they just wiped him out the photo.
Wiped him out.
They just pushed him out the way. It was crazy. He got pushed, literally got pushed. It was crazy.
And just knowing about Jurgens, how he had to get that surgery, and for him to be laying like that, I'm like, bro, you know he was hurting. Like, that's
for real. He was hurting big right there. He just looks. Ooh, I could just tell. But the other thing is, bro, it's different if we're like
Dickerson, what they did in that NFC Championship. I'm always respect that. They were just, they both played center, and both was like, you could go, I can't go. Even Jalen said he was surprised to see Cam go back out in the second half of that. Cam go back out. So he was hurt right there.
If we started doing that play on like 2nd and 7 or something, then I can see how it could get. Because honestly, bro, when we did it against the Giants, we went all the way to the back of the end zone. So we could get 10 yards on a team with a trash D line. Yeah. So I could see like, if next year we come out and we're doing a tush push on 3rd and 8 and picking up a first down, then that's something to bring to light. But it's a football play, bro. That's all I have to say about it.
It's still not enough reason.
This year we were more conservative with it too. Like, we weren't using it that heavy. We were just using it as, we just need to get the touchdown. That's it. It wasn't.
Or pick up a first. Yeah.
I feel like we were using it a lot in 22. I think 22 was when we were using it a lot.
I think last year, 23.
And 23.
It was last year we used it the most. Yeah.
Last year. Yeah.
But hey, it's getting Jalen Hurts touchdowns, and we got Barkley back there. So if they want to get jumped over,
if anybody's gonna be mad about that play, it should be Saquon Barkley, bro.
Yeah, but
he should be like, ban
it. Team effort. Like, think about it, bro. Think about how long Saquon was with the Giants. He hasn't done anything like he did in 1 year. Like, that 1 year made up for all those years as a Giant.
All them years.
I'm saying though, but if we didn't have the tush push, that man would probably have like 20 rushing touchdowns.
That's true.
Yeah. Do you think Jalen was still quarterback sneak it though too?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like it'll still make it a threat. So like at the end of the day, you take it away, it's gonna be a threat.
Yeah.
Like, but it is what it is. I think that it's just something to talk about, and a lot of people are just hating right now because we're just good at it. You want to? What's that? Nick Sirianni said that comment that he made about it. People don't. If you want to stop it. If you want to stop doing it, then start getting better at it or stop it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's how I feel too. Just try to stop it. Maybe we won't do it anymore. But fellas, we about to get up out of here. Let's look at these comments real quick before we head out. We got Tommy Stevens. Barkley got robbed Barkley got robbed so many touchdowns from it. We need this package in Madden. That would be crazy if they had it in Madden.
I'll be running the QB sneak with Jalen Harrison, man. Always.
So do I.
That's funny. Let's see. Other teams are crying all day, bro. Girl injured. Yeah, I can see if we were getting people injured off that, bro.
That would be different, but
right. Then it's
ever.
Now I remember last year some players were getting injured off of it. There's a few teams that were getting injured. That's just because they weren't doing it correctly. And
That ain't our fault.
Jump,
That's not our
dive,
fault.
Yeah, we just got the quarterback for it, bro. Like, all right, huge O-line. Yeah.
Yeah, he was different. He was playing like running back.
Blow the whistle. Oh, we had that discussion a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we could get into that.
Going with Cooper or Mitchell. I'm gonna go Mitchell just because
We all went Mitchell, but like,
yeah, he's
I remember
putting the work.
I was on the cusp of him and Cooper because Cooper, bro, I tell you, Cooper's skill set. When you really looked at how he walked down Jamar Chase, I was looking at that play the other day, like it was like a cat in a mouse, bro. And he was the way he just tracked him down, and then the Derrick Henry hit, and then the pick six, But when you really look at it, Quignon's job is much harder than Cooper's job.
I have friends that played DB in D1, and they said like as a defensive back, that is like almost impossible to make that play that he made on Jamar Chase.
Bro, I'm telling you, like he's just tracing that. But I just think they complement each other because think about them both on the field at the same time. It's complementing each other, but definitely 100%.
Honestly, though, I don't like doing the comparisons to those two guys anymore because it's like, why don't we just appreciate that we have both of them? It's hard to tell.
It's hard to
even tell who's better because people don't throw at Q, so you can say that, but then Cooper does his job when the ball's thrown at him. So it's like we got both of them. They're both amazing,
But I always remember what Scotty said is that's a good argument to have. Like as a team, like that's a good. Imagine we
good
went
problem.
From no corners to two young corners. Like who's better out of the both
young corners like that playing that way, and they're only going to get better.
It's like a blessing.
Yeah.
He said nobody has perfected. Only us. That's it.
Warren told us this was gonna be a short stream.
Here we are, almost 2 hours into my back.
2 hours.
We were going. He's like, I'm at 1K Club.
Oh yeah, that's my boy. Yeah, he collects too. He got Mad Dog, and his collection is crazy. My boy Timmy.
Hey, bro, we be getting so caught up talking about the birds. It'd be,
you know what I'm saying?
We turned 30 minutes into an hour 30.
Food done got cold on the table and everything.
Yeah, bro.
Plus, we got great commenters too that keep the show.
Yeah, if it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't be here this long. Honestly,
we appreciate it.
They definitely keeping the momentum going.
Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button.
Love all of y'all.
Yes, sir. Please like it up before y'all get out of here.
Yeah, but we appreciate everybody watching. Hey, we'll be talking about this combine soon, and we'll be talking about free agency a little bit more. Hopefully, we'll have more news to share with y'all. But yeah, Eagles Collective out. Y'all boys, y'all know what we do out there.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. We out of here.
Hey, bro, that time be creeping up on